For South Langley as I rise to speak on Bill C-12, legislation that has potential to strengthen Canada but unfortunately misses the mark once again. Conservatives, to show we are a government in waiting, propose multiple constructive amendments in the immigration components of Bill C-12 in an attempt to improve the legislation and fix Canada's broken immigration system. For years, Canadians have carried the weight of an economy strained by inflation while also enduring unacceptable wait times in our healthcare system. At the same time, foreign nationals who have committed heinous crimes, including sexual offences, remain in Canada without being deported. Disturbingly, even the Minister of Public Safety was unable to say where these individuals are or to provide any clarity on their current location or our immigration levels. When our country faces this degree of scarcity, it is no wonder that Canadians feel jaded. The support systems that they rely on are simply not there. At the core of this challenge is the overwhelming pressure placed on our infrastructure by unregulated immigration. When the Liberals accept bogus visa applications, ignore the urgent housing needs across the country, and allow crime to run rampant, it is our citizens who bear the brunt of this scarcity. There are now over 3 million temporary residents in Canada, far more than our country can sustainably support. This rapid and unplanned growth has crowded our housing market, pushed rents and home prices beyond reach, and left fewer opportunities for our next generation of Canadians who are trying to enter the workforce. Families feel the ripple effect in every corner of their lives. From longer wait times in the emergency rooms, to rising classroom sizes, to basic challenges of finding an affordable shelter. This is not an abstract policy problem. It is a lived reality for Canadians who see their communities stretched thin while the federal government continues to operate without a plan. By refusing to regulate intake levels responsibly or enforce existing systems with seriousness, the Liberals have allowed pressure to build to a point where our infrastructure simply cannot keep up. Canadians expect compassion in immigration, but they also expect competence. Right now, they are getting neither. Prior to the challenges within Bill C-12, the strain on our Canadian infrastructure would have continued unchecked. The amendments proposed by the opposition would introduce a measure of steadiness, structure, and accountability into the immigration system that has grown chaotic under the Liberal government's management. It would also ensure that criminals would be prosecuted for their crimes in Canada. These changes are not radical. They are responsible steps to ensure that Canada welcomes newcomers in a way that is sustainable, fair, safe for everyone. A few of the Conservative amendments which passed with support across party lines in the Standing Committee on Public Safety, which I am proudly a part of, will instate harsher penalties for those convicted of human trafficking. Individuals convicted of human trafficking face fines up to $1 million or life imprisonment. Corporations will also face fines up to $25 million for trafficking offences. But the Liberals must answer why they voted down one particularly important amendment, one that would deny asylums to any claimant deemed a danger to national security. Why are the Liberals so reluctant to hold criminal behavior accountable? There are also immense pressures on housing, the backlog removal orders, the surge in temporary residents, and the gaps in enforcement that are not problems and require another year of paperwork to diagnose. See, Mr. Speaker, these problems are obvious, they're urgent, and already well understood by Canadians. Statistics Canada has revealed that the Liberals have failed to account for an astonishing 38% of temporary residents. And this is in the most recent census. This comes after reports earlier this fall showing that more than 1 million temporary residents hold visas that are about to expire, and the Liberals have admitted that they have no plan to ensure these non-citizens would depart after those visas expire. For months, they even resisted Conservative calls to release basic entry and exit data. This raises serious concern about the accuracy of their information that they rely on.